Hello friends, once again welcome to my channel. In today's session we'll see about Spring AI agent. But before moving to Spring AI agent, let us understand what an agent is. So as you all know, agent is an entity who gets things done for you. Okay, so we have a real estate agent, we have a travel agent, and we have an insurance agent and other n number of agents. Okay, so consider a travel agent. Okay, and say you want to book a ticket from say Bombay to Goa. You call the agent and you tell, hey agent, book me a ticket from Bombay to Goa. So the agent will start a conversation. Okay, from Bombay to Goa, noted. But at what time? What date? So give me the date and time for the travel. You provide the date and time. Say on 1st May 2026, I want to travel from Bombay to Goa. Okay, fine. Then how would you like to travel? Say by plane, by car, by bus, by train, by ship. What will be your mode of transport? Then you mention, okay, I would like to travel by flight. Then again, he will do the process. Okay, so you want to travel from Bombay to Goa on 1st May 2026 through flight. Then some backend processing will be done and you get the final response like tickets are booked from Bombay to Goa on 1st May 2026 and here are the flight details. Easy to understand, right? It's very simple, right? Just go, hey, do this, do that, and things done. But how this happens in a programmatic world, okay, how Spring handles these features, we'll understand that. And also, we'll do some practical implementation to get this kind of implementations executed. So stay tuned. So Spring AI agent is a combination of LLM, the tools, and the memory. So what happens is, as an user, I say, hey agent, book me a ticket from Bombay to Goa. So the brain will process, okay, and it will check, oh, is there any tool available to do this? So it will see, oh yeah, there is a tool available, book a ride, which takes Bombay, Goa, and timestamp. So we can say source, the destination, and the timestamp. So it will execute the tool. The tool will further do some backend processing and it will return you the result. So that's how it performs internally. So you can add as many tools as you want. Okay. If you want to book a ride or if you want to check your balances, okay, in your wallet or if you want to cancel the ride. So you can add as many tools as you want and those tools will be analyzed by the brain, that is the LLM. Now here we can see a memory context. So memory is a place where it will store all the previous conversations. Okay, so if you have seen in Chat GPT, okay, you type something, then you're chatting, you're having conversation with the model. Okay, and it also shows you the past conversations. Okay, you typed hi, the model typed hi. You asked a question, model gave you the answer. Then you replied, then the model replied, and this thing goes and goes and goes. Okay, but all that things which goes and goes and goes is been shown, is been displayed on the screen. That happens with the help of memory. It could be any memory. It could be say you can store it in Redis, you can store it in DB, you can store it in some in memory, you can store it using say maps or any thing. Okay, it could be any place where you can store this memory. So to sum it up, agent is the decision maker. Agent decides, right? We ask the agent, agent will decide from where to book. Tools are action performed. Okay, means the agent will see, okay, there is a tool available to book a ride. So okay, I'll go and book a ride. LLM is the brain that decides which tool to use. So say agent as the person has some ability to make the decision. Okay, I want to book a ride, so I'll go with ride booking. I'll not go with uh, a ride canceling the ride. So that decision making ability the brain has, that is the LLM. And memory is to store the past conversations, means what I've asked the agent and what the agent have asked me in return to get the final response. Everything is stored into some memory. So yeah, let's move on to the coding part. We'll sure have some fun over there. So stay tuned. Yes, so I've cloned a project and I've added the dependency of Amazon Bedrock and Spring AI. Okay, same thing what I did during the last practicals. So you can also create the same project and I've added these properties. Okay, so these properties are server ports, Bedrock, uh, AI Bedrock region, AWS Bedrock region, the model which I'm using, and the access key and the secret key to access the Bedrock service. Okay, now now I had mentioned about tools. Okay, so let's create some tools. Okay, we'll first create a tool. We'll register the tool. We'll register the chat client and we'll use them in the controller and the service layers. Okay, so I can say agent tools and mention it as at the rate component. Okay, so I want to register this tool in tool callback provider. Okay, so now tools will be handled using at the rate tool annotation. So we need to go with at the rate tool. Okay, and now it has certain fields. We'll go with description. Okay, description means uh, what the tool is expected to do, what the tool will be doing. Okay, so say we'll get the user balance. So get user balance. Okay, user account balance. Okay, account balance. Okay, and say I'll just return some balance. Okay, so return 5,000. Okay, so this is one tool I've configured. Okay, let's go with other tool, the main purpose. Okay, book a ride or book ride. Okay, so we have at the rate tool. Okay, and we have a description. Okay, and say check. Okay, so book a cab from source to destination. Okay, and this tool will, okay, we just providing a description. Oh, this tool will check user balance. Okay, like before booking the ride, we'll check. Okay, if he has sufficient balance, then we'll book the ride. Okay, book ride only if source and destination is present. Okay, and what I can do is Mm, public string, okay, some book, right, okay, and I'll take string source, string destination, okay, and return ride booked, okay, so okay, yeah, now it's proper. Okay, now here let's see internally we can call get balance. So what we can do is int balance is equals to get balance. Okay, then uh, we can say fare is equals to say 3000. Okay, now if the fare is within the balance, okay, if the fare is less than the balance, then do something else. Okay, if the fare is within the balance, you can do return ride booked from. Okay, we can add plus source to plus destination. Okay, or else return insufficient balance. Okay, is insufficient balance required fare plus fare. Okay, means insufficient balance, I need so much fare. Okay, so this is my another tool. Now uh, we have created the tool. Okay, now we need to register the tool. So the tool will be registered in a tool callback provider. Okay, so let's create a class, tool configuration. Okay, it will be a configuration class. So at the rate configuration, right? Configuration. Okay, and we can create a bean. Okay, we need a bean. Okay, of public tool call. Okay, okay. One sec. Okay, so some issue with. Okay, suddenly index out of bond. Okay, we'll create. We'll try to do it again. Okay, HTS. Not sure what happens sometimes. So we can do say we can do for global configurations. Configurations. Okay, and mark this at the red configuration. Okay, yeah, now it's working. Okay, yeah, autocomplete is that prompts are always helpful, right, to code faster. So we have the red bean. Okay, and I have tool callback. We have provider. Okay, so we have tool callback provider. Okay, and we can rename this as tools. Okay, and now we need the tools, right? What we have created. So we can put here agent tools. Okay, now we need to use method callback method tool callback provider dot builder dot tools object. Okay, so where we need to pass the tools. Okay, so we can pass agent tools dot build. Okay, so our tools are registered in the tool callback provider. So a tool callback provider will be responsible to register the tools, okay, which will be used by the LLM. Okay, so yeah, also along with this, we'll create a bin of chat client. Okay, so we can create one more bin of public chat client, okay, and we need chat model, okay, a chat model, okay, and what we can do, return chat client dot create, okay, a chat model. Okay, so this also I've explained in my previous video. The model will store all the context with respect to your LLM, okay, and that we need to provide it to the chat client. Okay, so we are done with the tools, we are done with the configuration. Now let's go to service. So we'll create one more class, so we'll call it as a agent service. Okay, mark this at the rate service. Again, I think some issue is there. Class. Okay, agent services. Oops, I put services at the rate service. Okay. Mm, okay, now the service layer. Okay, now in the service layer, I need to call. Okay, I need to give the prompt to the LLM. So that will be done using uh, chat client. So we'll do a constructor injection. So private final chat client. Mhm. Okay. And so when we do the prompt using chat client, we want the LLM to detect the tools, right? Which are be registered in the tool callback provider. So we'll do private final tool callback provider. Okay. And we'll tell, okay, these are the tools. Okay. Now we can create a public constructor agent services. Okay. Mm, this dot chat client is equals to chat client, and this dot tools is equals to tools. Okay, so constructor injection is done, and assigning is also done. So we'll create a process. Okay, so when from the controller, the agent will do some processing, right, in his brain. So we'll call it process method. So we have public string process. Okay, now I've kept it a string, so this is just for learning purpose. You can keep it response entity or like any other thing you want, any object you want to return or JSON you want to return. Okay, that's completely your choice. Okay, and to the process we'll pass some prompt. Okay, so we'll have string prompt. Oh, great. Okay, now next what? Okay, so we need the chat client. Okay, so chat with the client what you're providing dot prompt. Okay. Um, we can use at the rate system, but it's completely up to us. System means sometimes it gives the thinking attribute. Okay, so if you want to, if you don't want that, okay, but it's okay. We'll not go much in depth of that. Okay. Dot user will always so it will take the chat client request specs, okay, and user will always take what prompt we want to give. Okay, so the prompt, after giving the prompt, it will check in the tool callbacks. Okay, take the tool callbacks, and we have tools. Okay, so we'll provide tools. Okay, and we'll call it, and we'll get the content. Yeah. Okay, so some, okay, I missed return statement, my bad. Okay, so from the controller, okay, now we'll create the now we'll create a REST controller, new class agent controller. Okay, and we'll mark this at the rate REST controller. Okay, is it fine? REST controller is fine, right? Yeah, REST controller, and we need the service, so we have private agent services. Okay, and agent controller. Okay, so we have the controller, and we have registered, we'll be registering this service to the controller. So let's copy and paste. Okay, sorry, paste inside this. Okay, we'll remove the private. Okay, and this dot agent services equals to agent services. Okay, so this assign is done. Now at the rate get mapping. Okay, we'll go with at the rate post mapping. Okay, and say some chat. Okay, and you can say public. We have a string, right? So string mm, test bedrock chat. Okay, and we can take at the rate request parameter. Okay, where value will be prompt. Okay, which will be assigned to string query. Okay, we'll keep it as prompt. Okay, so now over here we'll have agent service dot process. Okay, so and we'll return this. Okay, yeah, so this is our configuration. Okay, let's keep it get mapping only. Okay, HTS shortcuts I've almost forgot since I've started using IntelliJ in my live projects. Okay. Yeah, so if the configuration is fine, so I'll be calling the service from the controller, it will go to the service, I will do the prompting, and the LLM will detect what tools is to be called. So it will go to the agent tools, it will check which tool is to be called, and it will provide the respective output. Okay, now let's try, I'll run this in debug mode. Okay, application has started. Uh, I'll just put a debugger over here. Okay, and let me enable it. Okay, so I was right. Okay, chat, and I give it a prompt. So params. Okay, so prompt prompt is chat, okay, and I'll give it, yeah, prompt, okay, book a ride, okay, or check my balance. Okay, your current balance is 5,000. So how did it happen? Magic, right? Complete magic, na? Abracadabra. You just give check my balance. So this is the magic, okay? So LLM, the brain, what it will do is it will, okay, it see, it will take it as a request. Okay, check my balance. So behind the scenes, okay, I have something called as get balance. So maybe I can use this. This is quite similar to the prompt. Okay, or what is my current balance? Your current balance is 5,000. Okay, currency units. Okay, if I provide dollars or rupees, it will update it that way. If you need to book a ride, please provide the source and destination to proceed. Okay, so this is something the LLM is the brain is giving by itself. Okay, so next, what we can do? Yes, book a ride. So I do book a ride. The user wants to book a ride. I need to know the source and destination. Okay, so now we haven't provided any source and destination. Okay, and you see the debug point has not yet enabled. Okay, because why? We need the source and destination. That's what we have provided. Okay, so book a ride only. Okay, if source and destination is present, book a ride from Mumbai to Goa. Yeah, now you see. So if you see the source, it's Mumbai, is Goa. Now here internally it will check for the balances. Step into is F6. Okay. Okay. Now the fare is 300,000 less than balance. Okay. Ride booked. Ride booked. Okay. So what I got in response? The ride from Mumbai to Goa has been successfully booked. Okay. And this, if you need any further assistance, feel free to ask. So this is always provided by the LLM. Okay. We can see how we can modify this. So that's it for this session, guys. I hope you'll have understood what we are trying to achieve here. And this is nothing but an Spring AI agent. Okay, so an agent, uh, the brain, we have components like the brain, the agent, okay, the tools. So we as a user, we give it a prompt. So Spring AI agent will check the prompt, and based on the prompt it will execute the tools, what tool is to be called. Okay, so in the next videos we'll see, uh, try to implement RAG also. Okay, means say I will provide some fares. Okay, like say from by train. Okay, if by train the fare is say 3,000, from flight the fare is say 10,000, by ship the fare is say 8,000, by cab okay it will take 12,000. So based on the fare, how can the LLM advise us, okay, if they want to proceed with some other mode of transport? So there is a lot of more to implement in this. So stay tuned, guys. Uh, please try to do this practical. If you all have any questions, if you all have any doubts, please do drop a comment. If you have liked this session, please do like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.